I've never done this before. Not from my phone anyway. I'm usually live from my laptop, but that may have just passed away, and I don't know how to um tweet this out or anything since it's on my. Normally I would be live from my laptop and do stuff from my phone, but since it's all on my phone, I don't know. I don't know if I can leave this screen to tweet it out anywhere else. So I guess I just have to sit here for, can I see my battery? I'm just going to do this for a while. It's I've got 6:38 p.m. I was supposed to go live at 6:30, but I set everything up, and then I went to I got on the Wi-Fi, and I went to Twitch first because I opened up my Twitch chat room, and then I opened up the YouTube chat room, and then Streamlabs. I do it in reverse order. But I go to Twitch and I open up my chat room and I do the separate screen, and then it just tells me that the website's having a problem. Maybe you have to reload, something like that. It can happen. A website can have a problem. So I'm like, sure, whatever. Um, so I close it out. I go back in. It gives me the same thing. I'm like thinking, well, that sucks. So, well, let me try YouTube first. Maybe that's the problem. And that opens up. It gives me the same. It can't open the screen as if I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi. And what's up, Stan MC? I can see the chat room. It's going to be very, very teeny tiny at the bottom of the screen, and it's probably reversed for you too because I don't know how this does it. I don't know if it will let me go live for 2 hours from my phone, but either way, I'll stop this at 8:30 or when my phone gets too hot or the battery gets too low on the phone, since it's at about 64%. And the I don't have a phone stand, but you've seen that mirror that I use. That's the phone stand right now, so that's why you can kind of see. You're gonna see more of my setup. It's I might have told you about that, but it's two pillows on top of the sheet to just make sure it doesn't slide forward. Since about 3 feet of it you can't see, and the other 5 feet of it hangs down, and that's just the corner of the closet that you can usually see. So it's all kind of basically the same. I might be a little bit lighter, it seems. And what's up, Dandy? And what's up? How's it going? Yeah, so this sucks. A best case scenario, I'll just have to do it like this one time. When I started to do it, it started telling me all of these kind of weird ass restrictions. Something about at 25 plus subscribers and your time on YouTube, like is it only going to let me go live for an hour? I don't know. Because I've had an account for over 10 years and I've got at least 25 subscribers. You guys have got me up to 254 subscribers, so I think the subscriber count and having an account since 2011 would let me be able to go live. So I don't know if it's going to cut me off. So if it just ends abruptly, that's YouTube or it's Mercury retrograde. But back to the computer, everything started up. It wouldn't let me get into YouTube, and then it just did this like blue screen crash. I've never had that happen to me with this device, and I've had it since maybe October of 2021. So that's new for me. So it gives me the blue screen of death, and then it tells me it has some. Oh, it's on the phone. I can't look it up. A BIOS corruption, like capital BIOS, and then regular spelling corruption. I don't know BIOS. I don't know that guy. We've never met. Smash the like button if you haven't already. But like the a camera's plugged in. Maybe that has something to do with it because it does want to glitch before I even go live, before I'm even connected to the Wi-Fi. I did it last time, and I know I have too much headspace. I do apologize. It's very Capricorn to do that, but it's sorry. Oh, how am I? I've had better days. It could be worse. It could be better. It told me to. It was going to do some kind of restart, and then it told me it was going to flash lights and do kind of weird stuff, but to just not unplug it from the power source while it's doing that. So I'm like, okay. But right now it's just it's plugged in, and I let it do its thing. I'm just touching the charger there. It's hot. But it's still a black screen, so I'm not gonna touch it for a little while. I don't want it to start flashing at me while I'm alive. That's not going to be good. It's okay. It's just Mercury retrograde. You just gotta roll with it until the 11th we're out of it. So I figure that might have something to do with it. I looked it up real quick because it just happened. It's something about a power surge could cause it. I didn't just have a power surge. I had a power surge, or the power went out for me. Last Wednesday, last Thursday, something like that. So that wasn't it. Like, it's not going to have a delayed reaction like that. Equipment doesn't generally hold on to trauma. It just breaks down immediately. So it's moody right away. It doesn't save it for later. Stan, yeah, remember to get your hands on that original Iron Brew. I want to so bad. Like I was saying, back in it would have been 2020 when it wasn't really. I didn't want to dress like a pervert to go into the shop, so I think I went to Amazon. It's like, cool, Iron Brew, type it in, and it was just glass bottles. It's like, oh yeah, that's going to ship well. And then it's like, well, what's this 1901 stuff? And then from just other sources I gathered, every Scottish person was pissed off. They're like, nobody asked for this. It's a new formula. Everybody hates it. Basically like the new Coke. They did that to them with their soda. So everybody was pissed off about it. But that's the only kind I could order it all from Amazon. And it was just, screw it. It's not that worth it. I went and got some like Curly Whirlies and some other candy like that. But, Stan, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's just, and I know it's sort of the difference between, for a while they were selling regular Dr. Pepper sweetened with just sugar, not the high fructose corn syrup. It tastes different. It was in a glass bottle and everything, and that was 10 plus years ago. Says, I hope you have a blessed day ahead. Thank you. You too. I'm sorry, my eyes are bad, and then something about your mom, but yeah, thanks a lot. I have bad vision as it is. I'm glad I'm wearing a dark shirt. Maybe if I would have worn my black shirt, I could see you guys better. I'm kind of jumping around with my topics too. Stan says, I tasted Dr. Pepper first time. First time in a Sin American. Took years to get it in Scotland. I love it. Yeah, Dr. Pepper is so good. It's so good. It's just the best soda. And he went to medical school, so he's a doctor like Dr. Hannibal Lecter. You can trust him. It is. It does. High fructose corn syrup. If that's not one thing, all sodas seem to have sucralose in it. Don't drink that. It's not good for you. Don't drink a Monster like I did to be here today. What's up, NT? Glad you made it. I'm so glad folks are finding this, and I don't have a way to tweet it out. I don't know how you can tweet out going, or like even post going live from your phone ahead of time. I'm sort of thinking, I was trying not to freak out because as soon as there's technical difficulties, all you think is just meltdown, but you can't do that. But, worst case scenario, like this would be terrible. I hope it doesn't work out this way, but it would totally suck all kinds of balls and ass if I had to not go to the meetup because I had to replace my equipment, because then that gets into the whole how far do I go with it? Do I get just a new laptop? Do I go, I don't know what the price would be. Like, for the same price, could I go and just get a proper computer? That way I can just have with a computer, I could do more than a 2-hour show because I don't have to worry about the laptop melting. But if it did just die on me, then I don't have a choice. NT, I don't use social media. I'm that weirdo, so can't help you there. It's that's okay. It's just there. And what's up? I bitch slap Satan. It's more to use for observation than participating, and you want to sort of spend more time, maybe like with Twitter, I spend more time just following certain accounts and just catching up on certain tweets but like actually posting. I use it more for work, so like I'm posting out my live shows or just my troubles with stuff, and I can't check it right now. And I don't know what the others, like I know what the share means down at the bottom, and I don't want to touch the plus button. I don't want it to switch it around. You don't need to see the mirror. It's just going to be black. And then there's a little, it sort of looks like a chat box, and then it has a gear in the corner. I wonder what that does. Something about chat room settings. I don't know. This is new for me. I've been doing live shows for a year. This is the first time I've ever gone live from my phone. My battery's doing okay. Oh God, that is getting so hot. Don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. Everything is so bad. Well, like, let's see. It's not going to be in this. Okay, so this is still up on my channel. I do have a show put up for today. It's called Stitches. In the description of that show, if you go there at 9 o'clock, Frank is going to go live from, it's Pilled only, but it's also on Quite Frankly TV, where he's doing his Saturday show. The link to that, actually no, the link to the chat room you can use is in there, because I don't use the chat room on Pilled because of all the animations. I emailed them about that. So when I standard rules, if Quite Frankly goes live and he's not on YouTube, use Twitch chat room. I'm gonna press the on button just to see what happens. Okay, so now it's off. Let me give it a second here. This is so interesting / scary. Like, I've got information on this that I need, so it better not be dead. I can't process that right now. I can't process any of that. I'm supposed to be doing a show right now and talking about Quite Frankly, but instead I'm just fretting about my equipment. Thanks for the likes. I guess it doesn't matter what I hit over here. Still plugged in. Let me unplug it just to see. Sometimes that forces it to think. Oh my God, it's so loud. Did you guys hear that? I'm sorry if that was loud. I've got everything turned up. I guess I can't take phone calls. Oh well. Yeah, I hope nobody calls. That'll be that'll be fun to try to figure out. Yeah, so I don't understand why people enjoy going live from their phone, especially if they were to like be holding it, because no, I didn't want to do that to you. Nobody wants to see your hand. Nobody wants to know how much caffeine you had based on how much the camera shakes. We don't want to feel like we're stuck with you inside of an earthquake or an explosion. That's not fun. I didn't want to do that to you, but I don't have a phone stand proper. Even on the back of this, they used to make the phone stands where it had the little thing that like turned, and it was sort of like a kickstand, and you could prop it up. They just don't make that type of phone case for my type of phone. So like, there's no stand on the back at all. Or is that this phone? Wait. No, I do have a phone case with a stand on the back, but it makes the phone very heavy, and I couldn't use it now. It would get too warm. I can't murder my devices. And yeah, not today, Satan. I've got the shirt over there. It's just a little bit too warm for that. Oh, Brian, what's up? Beautiful blue skies and white clouds here in Southwest Ohio. Yeah, then it's warm on top of it. It was something like 31 Celsius. That's not okay. Sorry if I keep touching that. That's so attractive to have the. This is going to be so much fun to watch back. Oh, it's going to be terrible to watch back because it's going to do that thing. It's going to just be a strip in the middle, the middle of my screen. Great. That's okay. It's all right to do something that's not your usual thing. You should be ready for anything as a person in front of the screen. I really don't want my laptop to have died, because when my TV died, not this last May, but the May before, that was during an episode of Quite Frankly. It was like a Tuesday or something, like sometime in the 7 o'clock hour. And then I got like the spinning wheel of death, and it never came back on again. And that was like a month out of my life messing with TVs. And T, what weekend is Frank's show? It's tonight. It's going to be tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So, yes, I planned on going live until 8:30, but how warm is this? How can I cool that down? It's not so bad. I don't have anything that I can put behind it that's going to let it breathe. Now I'm just thinking too hard about stuff that I have. I don't know, everything's wobbly. This is the most hot mess of a... Well, welcome to my worst live show. There we go. Set your expectations to nothing, and you'll never be disappointed. What's up, Nightcock? Glad you made it. So it's this weekend. It's theoretically every other weekend he was to be doing a Saturday show, but last time I looked, there's absolutely nothing up on quitefrankly.tv for his future plans. Like every other Friday off, no Saturday shows listed. Absolutely zero information. Oh, Stan's in Glasgow, Scotland. Nice. And damn, I'm too late. Is there another show after this? It's just there's this right now. I've got about 6:54 p.m. Eastern time. So then Frank, whenever he does a Saturday show, it's usually at 9 p.m. It's at least an hour. It sort of sounds like you might have enough content to go longer than that. We'll see. I don't know. He tweeted about it. So it just depends who can show up to the studio, I guess. I know, since this is so awkward, I might just have to cover next week. Or this week, next week, since this is very awkward. Is my laptop going to come back on? What day is today? Please don't die. Don't die around now. Robin Williams passed away on August 11th. Monday. I don't need stuff dying around now. I don't need that to become a thing. Oh, and another get together that Frank does. This is the first time Frank's ever done any kind of like proper get together for Quite Frankly. I know he's talking about like, in the future I want to have bands and have like he wants to have more cameras around so the whole thing can be filmed, or like I was saying, get bands in, because like while he does have a band, he couldn't be performing that night. Also, I'm looking at my other camera, like I'm live from that camera. Old habits, but like he couldn't be performing and be the host of the event. That's just too much. He's not schizophrenic enough for that. But this is the first time he's done it. It sounds like he does want to do more. Does sound like he's getting excited about it. I just don't know when he would have it. I was saying in the chat room he could have one in the summertime at a water park. That way everybody knows what the dress code would be. Since he mentioned business casual, and some chick's like, I bought a dress, and Frank's like, that's fine. You can wear a dress. I think he just doesn't want folks showing up in like a tank top and your boxer shorts and flip flops. Like this is a studio inside of a building. Like you have to go up floors. You can't just don't wear your Walmart best. Yeah. Dress a little bit better than that. MC says, I'll watch Frank if I'm still awake. And 5 hours ahead. There's 5 hours between Frank's time zone and the UK. And to getting his ear to get out of the city. People have been telling Frank for years to move out of New York, and Frank's like, I kind of can't. My house is here, my job is here. Sorry, I'm just touching the back of my phone, so it's. Can I make that cooler? He has too much stuff there that he just can't move about, and But then at the same time, we've always sort of been like, hey, you need to get a tour bus, take it on the road. Trying to put something behind this. It would be nice because, again, seeing where it is, it's like it's farther east than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was more like on like the body part of New York City, not like the islandy part. But I've never actually been to his. Why the hell would I go to his house? That's weird. I've seen his house. I don't want to go there. Yeah, and just do the get together, not in the city. I sort of kind of wish that's how it was. I'm not trying to be walking around a city unarmed at night by myself. That doesn't sound fun for me. It would be nice if it was like sort of in like a more like not the city. I understand it's not New York City, but from people who don't, for people who live where there's grass, most of New York seems like a city. If a subway can get to it, it's the city. So that's going to make folks who are not from a city, who, are probably can't bring their weapons across state lines, uncomfortable. Because 2A. So yeah, I sort of wish it was sort of like I put in Pennsylvania. It's okay if Frank has to travel. Frank can travel for his job. He doesn't need anything except a phone and his voice to work and a camera. So it's not like he needs the studio to be himself. He can be Frank anywhere. He can be Frank from a hotel room while he's traveling to said place. But like, I get it. It's comfortable for him. It's basically in his backyard. So I do understand that part of it. I do get it. But I also understand how hella inconvenient it is. Stan says, I've been to NYC. It wasn't scary as I've walked around Glasgow at night. If we had guns, it'd be insane. Yeah, it's basically, well, Glasgow, that's a main city over in Scotland, if folks don't know. Yeah, it said even the wee towns are full of Africans, Indians, and Pakis. Yeah, a bunch of invaders. It's sad. Right, yeah, if I walked around NY, I would definitely be carrying. Like 20 years ago, it wasn't a big deal, but it's not 20 years ago. It's this year. And like, I've got my CCW and everything. I'm legal. NT says, I live near the New York-Pennsylvania border. Airport out here has a cornfield across from it. Do a show in the city. Then one of the boondocks out here. Yeah, Field of Dreams. Come on, I was just on about that. I know Frank's seen that movie. He probably knows that movie better than I do. Like, come on, dude. Let me see. What can I talk about? I don't want to cover anything from the show, but I do want to have fun here with you guys for a little while with my very Capricorn headspace. If you couldn't tell, I don't want to do that. I don't want to come off like I'm like 7 feet tall and then people meet me in real life and they're like, oh. So. Want to go too? Glad you made it. Fast Passion, bit late to the show. Oh no, that's okay. I was late to my own show too. I can't process it right now. Gotta work. Where's my hat? That's right. You're in the right place. Nikki M, Karlen, purple top hat. It's just actually that works. No, that's silly. It's way too warm. It's something like 31 degrees Celsius. It's unacceptable. Yeah, because I was just sitting here. I couldn't sit here for 2 hours waiting for this thing to come back on. Can't think about it. Because that would have been boring as hell when I'm supposed to be working right now. Yeah, right now it's 7:01. I'm supposed to be in front of a device anyway. What's tomorrow? I'm going to be so pissed off. I don't want to have to buy a new device. I really don't want to have to go through that. Oh yeah, August 9th, Saturday show on Quite Frankly.tv. That's tonight right now. Frank is just announcing the stuff the week before, and that's it. We're just flying by the seat of our pants with the pants we're not wearing. I guess this has become a thing. I hope this never stops, but people are throwing dildos onto the court at WNBA games. They're using neon colors. That's going to show up better. I don't know if they're color coordinating based on the teams that are playing, but they've been using neon green. Neon orange would work, not neon yellow. That might not turn up. So they're choosing the right colors, something that people are going to notice right away to get attention. And T, they did pay them what they are worth, so you guys know Jupiter Gulanello, and he always has those. It's maybe a minute-long clip on Quite Frankly with his pardon for the shaking there, with his artificial sun. How's that? Is that any better? Let's try that. Let's try that. Maybe, possibly. Very professional. Hands all on the And he's got his website. I don't know what his website is because it goes across the screen the whole time. Women do that. I notice on women's channels that I don't hang out at that they think it's cute to put a scroll at the bottom of the screen. It's not cute. It's irritating as hell. I can't read whatever it says, so it's his. I'm sure it's his website, but his website it's about that small. So why does it the whole thing need to move across the screen the whole time for a solid minute? Hold the fuck still. Just because you're thousands of years old doesn't mean there needs to be constant movement. It's okay to have still moments. You're not fooling us. We figured out that that's the fake sun and you're a vampire. Hold it still with the website. It's very retro in a bad way. Stan says, I must say you're less sassy IRL than on the QF chat. I'm not quite myself doing my setup this way, so that's kind of odd. The chat room is not real life. I'm glad you brought that up, since it is August 9th, 2025. Common Era, AD, and we still have people who think that the chat room is real life. People who take issues they have in there out of it into other spaces, like it's high school, like it's 2019 when there was the Discord drama going on. I would be worse, but honestly, what it is, Stan, it's literally because there are things you can say in a chat room that you cannot say in a video. Like things you can say in a chat room that if you say in a video, that video gets taken down. That's happened to me. So it's honestly just skirting the rules, kind of. And also, I'm sort of doing things with the idea that I don't want to have to take down any videos. So I know, like, after I get a million subscribers, people are going to go through my old shit and be like, well, Nikki said this and Nikki said that. And hopefully it gets to be to a place like, wow, yeah, that's tame compared to the stuff she's talking about now. Yeah, Erica, I'm live. I'm having my laptop may have passed away right before I went live, so I'm going live from the phone. And it's so warm. It should be okay. What's the battery like? Battery's doing okay. I'm surprised. I started, it was on 54. Now it's on 59. Go battery. Stan says, I literally LOL at your comments on the chat. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I watched my last show back. That made me laugh. What happens to me a lot in the chat room is I type something, I just hit enter, and then I'll read what I've missed, in between when I've been typing. And then I get to my own comment, I read the comments first and then the handle. So I read the comment, I kind of freak out, like, that's what I was gonna say. I was thinking that thing, and then I read the handles. Oh, I was thinking that because I typed it and said that was me. So I kind of get it too. Like, oh, that person thought the same thing as me. Why is their handle blue? That's my own name. Yeah. It's different too in the chat room because I don't have to remember anything. Everything's written down. Like here, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 comments. That's not that's worse than pilled. Pilled, you only get to see 7. Yeah, 1 to go 2 on mobile at the moment. Is there not an option between top chat or alt chat anymore? I don't know. This is the first time I've ever been to. I've never done a live show from my phone, and then I don't know what the other option. Thanks for the likes too. It does show me the likes and how many people are watching. I've got 8 and 8 right now, so like thanks for that. Flip mute, hide live video. Why would you want to hide it if you're still live? Retouch, no, just deal with my face as it is. Create highlight. I don't even know if I have a highlighter. Lighting, taken care of, and then close. I don't know. And then there's one button down here that, oh, John Rogers, glad you made it. I can't stay, only stopping in to say hi and let you know I'm okay. Oh, brutal heat here. Oh, damn. Yeah, it's like, it's got to be 90 here. It's like 31 Celsius. It's not, it's very sticky and, not wearing pants. Let me tap this chat room option button. Chat filter. There is a chat filter. Okay, all messages. Okay. That's just sort of, if you have something on your screen, it looks like the chat bubble or a chat square. You know how it's got like the little like thing pointing down at the end, or like the person talking like that, and then it has like a gear. That one. And I realize everything might be switched for you as well. So sorry about that. John Rogers running 98 here. That's terrible. That's worse than here. Holy shite. That's like save some of that for the winter time. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Do I get a gaming laptop and start playing Minecraft? I just want to go to that field of purple flowers. Looks different from there. It's so weird. I'm so embarrassed by all this head space. I feel like the lighting is better somehow, so that's okay. Yeah, John Rogers saying, yeah, Missouri is hot. Ugh. They don't have, where's the, how do you live, like, where's the lakes? I've always lived by water. How do you live in a place and water is just not close enough? Like, I don't go in it. I just want it nearby. Oh. Quite frankly, he has, tweaked the lighting so you can't see how jaundiced he is. You can see that those buildings he has there in the background, they don't need to be there at all. But you can actually individually see those little lights on that building. If you didn't know, there were little individual lights on those buildings, and those buildings don't need to be there. Now you can tell. You can tell that when they show one of the other chairs across the way, or maybe where Matt McCat sits, that like the building lights seem a little bit blurry. That's because they just specifically tweaked Frank's camera to hide the jaundice. Stan says, where are you? We have schizo weather. Don't mean to sound out there, but it really does mess with our head. Yeah, like too much heat will fuck with your head. I've worked in a hot factory before. That's 8 hours of that is a head fuck. You need to like calm down and chill out after that. You couldn't just say like go outside and walk around. That'll mess you. You'll make yourself sick. I'm in Ohio when I'm live. Sandusky, Cedar Point, the amusement park. Stan says, apparently we have the same weather as Seattle. No wonder us in Seattle have drugs and suicide problems. Oh, yeah. It's, what is it? Well, Scotland, if it doesn't rain 2 days out of the week, it's a good week. It just seems, is it, when I was in the Netherlands, what it did, it seemed like it rained every single morning, but just enough to get things wet. And by morning, I mean like maybe 4 or 5 a.m. So if you're going out maybe 7, like the ground's wet, but the sun's out and it's not humid. And this was October. But from what I understand, the UK is different. They don't get the sun. It's just always cloudy. But Scotland gets maybe a week of summer, and then it's tops off. All the dads are out there. I want to go to your picture is much better, and Nikki is as cute as can be. Oh, thank you. I just wish I had something where I could set it up, and so you can't see all that there. And just last minute, you gotta. What's that doing temperature wise? What's the battery like? Doing okay. All right, and I just already assumed you guys can hear me. But Puma's shirt looks gay. Yeah, it was just too hot to wear my black Gray Still Plays, Not Today's Satan shirt. Yeah, I take it easy down Riders Day. Got to visit with his mom. That is so cool. Oh, hell, Erica, you said you want heat? Work in the field as a dairy farm hand in the summer. Oh, my God. You feel like, am I sweating? No, that's just the skin peeling off of my bones. Don't worry about it. It was just keeping me hot anyway. Erica, it rained 2 bloody weeks in Belgium. Depressing. Oh, God. And then anytime I leave the state and drive home, every single time I drive home, it rains. Doesn't matter what's going on. But if you're heading home through Pennsylvania, you're smelling skunks and you're driving through rain, there's no way to get around it. And then I think I had a ghost driver behind me, but I was so tired I didn't give a fuck. Like I'm like smashing Monster and then driving home, and it's 1 a.m. Like, screw you, I don't got time for your spooky shit. I gotta stay awake. That's how it is with ghosts and spirits. You got to put your foot down with it. Spooky stuff starts happening, like doors are opening up on their own. Don't. You better cut that shit out. What's up, Swamp Cabbage? Glad you made it. Asking me if I ever seen the movie Trainspotting. That was set in Edinburgh. Ewan McGregor is in it. I saw that movie, but it's been. What year is it now? Like, it might have been 25 years ago, and I watched it with some friends. We were probably partying, but I watched it. I liked it. It does have a meme from it. It does have a bit. It's like this fella sitting down, and you're seeing him from the side. He's like, "Man, Scottish is shite," and he's just going off about it. And his other friends are kind of standing off to the side, just like, "Yeah, just let him have his moment. Just let him go." I don't know. Maybe my laptop died. I'll have to pray over it. Yeah, it came out in 96, but it had used subtitles. Back then I would have, but now I know Scottish, so I could watch it now and be absolutely fine. That's the thing. I didn't realize that I should have been nervous for this, because I did start I learned Scottish in batches. It took 3 weeks and was learning it from this one other channel, and then a little bit harder is a guy named Batchy. He's still up. He just doesn't currently make videos. And then after about a year or so, through Batchy, I found the show Still Game, which is on Netflix, and I got into that, and then I figured out the rest of it in another 3 weeks. So basically, any spoken Scottish I can understand, not Gaelic, but just like the way Scott talks now. I don't have to I don't like to do that. Nobody likes that done to them. I didn't want to do that to Scottish people. And no, I don't have a P.O. box. I thought about it, but there wasn't a huge call for it. And then this Jamboree thing came up with Frank. But then maybe my laptop just died, and I don't know. It'll work out the way it's supposed to. So yeah, I can understand when Scottish folks are saying, and I know some of the slang. So it was it would have had to been May of 2020. Batchy goes live from his YouTube channel, and I think he was going to be talking about Still Game anyway, or he did not go live a lot. He was more of a video uploader. He would go live on Twitch, but not on YouTube. But he was going live. I was a fan, so I was just there for it. And I didn't say a lot because that's sort of not my way. I observe first and then I talk, and there was Scottish, so they're just talking back and forth. And one thing about Scottish is it's written one way, but the way people write it in a chat room is different. Just you have to learn that. And I already knew that. I didn't realize I already knew that, but there it was. I could read everything. I could understand everything. I was laughing at jokes, and, people are calling each other names, like, hey, shout me out, and just all kinds of, trying to get people to say dirty words. And I was there for maybe an hour, and I had fun, and I left. And then a couple of days later, I'm like, I should have been nervous to be there. That was the first time I was ever in an all Scottish chat room before. I should have been nervous as like maybe the only American, like, oh, am I going to be welcome here? That never came over me. I was never nervous. None of that came over me. I maybe should have been, but I was not. Oh, Patrick, thank you. Sent me a link to fix my laptop. Maybe it'll work. Thank you. I don't know what that means. It's never come up before. It's pardon, my nose is running. I don't do any substances on stream. If I was, I'm not going to do any more smoking streams. It's too much prep work. Oh, but yeah, thank you, Patrick. And what's up to you? I saw you left a comment before my, proper live show was supposed to start. Stan says, oh, we're used to it. My accent is harsh, but I use a polite accent when abroad or on the phone. I avoid calling Frankie boy. That kind of pisses me off about some Scottish people because they have like their American way of talking, like Ewan McGregor, Greg Hemphill. I mean, you can basically understand Angus McFadden. He keeps a bit more of his accent, but he's on the whole very easy to understand. But like speak. Normally, talk the way you do at home. I can understand that. I didn't notice this. Somebody else pointed this out. We mentioned that fella Jerry Coogan. He's a musician. Somebody else pointed out that he speaks Scottish. He sounds like Tam from Still Game. I would have never put that together, and I love me some Tam. So I'm like, he does. But them saying that, that's all I can do with it. Whereas a person who is Scottish should be like, oh yeah, people with that accent are from this town, people with this accent are from that town. So like, I don't know the rest of it, but I'm glad they put that together. You should call in because Frank can't understand Scottish. He has had a few. Oh, Craig Ferguson is so good. He has more of an accent when he speaks English. Like you can really tell he's Scottish. But he's also understandable. I think what throws people off is the accent on top of the slang, because like you can't say, like we can say fanny over here and it means one thing, but if you say it in the UK, that's a whole other thing. I've never seen Superbad. I understand McLovin is from that, but I haven't seen that. Gerard Butler, I forget that he's Scottish. Yeah, I haven't seen him in too much stuff. Oh, I wanted to see. That's the problem too. You get somebody that they're a Scottish actor, but roles don't call for Scots, so we don't get to hear them use that accent. And then they do interviews, and they're using their American speak. To talk the way you do. Can we get one interview where you talk normally, please? That can't be fun for you if that's your native language, and you got to tweak it. James McAvoy, yeah. He says James McAvoy is a nice fella. And to you, are you not entertained? Wait, that's also Crow, isn't he an Aussie? Whoa, well, that's a whole other hemisphere. Hold on. Gladiator's too dark. That before they were making movies too dark. Gladiator, it's too dark. I don't know what Ridley Scott was thinking, but that film is too dark. And how am I going to put my lip gloss on when my mirror is my phone stand? And Hannibal is too dark. And I like Hannibal. I saw that in the theater. Well, I read the book first. I read all the books first. And then I saw Hannibal. And that film came out in 2001. That might be Ridley Scott as well. I don't know. But it is too fucking dark. You remember the poster for it? It's just kind of like the side of Anthony Hopkins' face. And all the rest of it is black. That's not just the poster. That's the entire film. It's like that battle in Game of Thrones. Back then, you just can't see. I don't. It's night 2. I understand. Mr. Mission Control, glad you made it. ONT, that's okay. Stan saying Sean Connery didn't give a fuck. Seems like it. Well, what's that accent about? I have not come across any other Scottish person with that way of speaking. Did he just do that to distinguish himself? The way like Cary Grant has his own way of speaking. Stan Hannibal TV show, even darker. Okay. See, when the TV show came out, we didn't really know who Mads Mikkelsen was, and he's Swedish, so he's got that little bit of an accent, and we don't deal with Swedish folks in America, so that was kind of hitting me wrong. And like the guy who's playing Will Graham is just too much like, he's sort of like Will Turner or Orlando Bloom in the first Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, you don't look tough enough to be handling these cases. So I wasn't feeling it. And then Jack Crawford race swapped, was not on it. So I've not seen more than, like, I have not seen a full episode of that show. But jump whenever that was on, I'll jump to now, and we know who Mads Mikkelsen is, and I've seen him in other stuff. I would check it out, but I'm sort of a bit of a purist. I have read all of the books, and Hannibal Rising. Yes, I saw the movie. And the Thomas Harris, the books, the Anthony Hopkins films. I even saw the Red Dragon that they did in the 80s, but they couldn't call it Red Dragon because of the Cold War, so I forget the other name, and then they spelled Hannibal Lecter's, they spelled his last name differently. I don't know why. I've seen that, but I just haven't seen the TV show. I've heard good things. I would check it out. I'm a huge fan of the character, Dr. Hannibal Lecter. Mr. Mission Control says he can do accents after a few drinks. The character, Dr. Hannibal Lecter. This is canon. This is in the film Hannibal. You have to pause it just right. It's on a computer screen, but you can see that his birthday is January 20th. That is 2 days after mine. He is on my cusp. Stan Matz is the Hannibal now. Even better than Anthony Hopkins. He's a very, I'm a huge Anthony Hopkins fan, so you're not gonna outdo him. Now, Mads is very good. I would never say he's better than Anthony Hopkins, but I would say if there's anybody else who could like pull off Dr. Hannibal Lecter, I'll give it up to him, even though I have not seen him in that role. Have to stick with it, but it is very, very brutal visually. Ooh. Is it sort of like stylized the way Titus from 1999 is? And somebody, that movie that won't be released for 100 years. I don't think anybody's going to care about a film made 100 years ago. People, how many people now, other than me, are watching films from 1925? John Malkovich. What's that film that they did? It was a few big stars. Maybe Bruce Willis was one of them, but it's a film that took them maybe 15 years to film because they were just filming it in like these little increments over 10 or 20 years. Sounds interesting. That's all I've heard about it. I haven't heard one person review it. I haven't one person say, "Oh, this is my favorite character," or just nothing about it. That would be a good angle if you want to start a YouTube channel, review the movies that other people don't review. Just touching my phone, because what did I do? What did I do? Don't focus on anything. God. Please don't kill my phone either. This is what it's like. I don't know if it's addiction to feel like you have to be live at a certain time. I'm only using my phone right now, Patrick, because I think my laptop just unalived itself right in front of me. That's very traumatic. Don't delete yourself in front of another person. That's trauma. Is it a good movie? Don't make a movie that's like a modern movie now and expect people to care about it in 100 years, because the movies they've been coming out with now are no good. So maybe have a movie that's more. I mean, you can go back right now and watch movies from the 30s and 40s, and they're better than the stuff coming out now, just because it's easier on your eyes because it's less special effects. But back in the day, I don't know when they stopped, but they used to do this thing where they would have side characters and actually care about them and give them dialogue and stuff to do. They weren't there to just be in the scene also. They weren't just there to like agree with the main character or be like the third person in the shot. Like they fleshed him out a little bit. Erica, yeah, new movies suck. Yeah, I couldn't. Well, like I was saying, the last film I saw was Joker 2. Don't compare it to the first one. Danny, I love the old movies. Y'all sit down like when I sat down when I bought all those Judy Garland films. I'm like, well, let me watch them in order of release. And so the first one I had is Pigskin Parade, which came out in like 36. And yeah, pigskin, so right away football. I'm not into sports, but I'm into Judy Garland. And it also has Jack Haley. You know who that is. You've seen The Wizard of Oz. So I'm like, okay, all right, I already bought it. It's too late. I'm going to watch it. And it does have a very big cast. But don't you know, I mean, everybody's got something to do. Other characters are funny, like they're playing off of each other. They're like low-key spoilers for Pigskin Parade from 1936. Like there's this married couple playing off each other well. There's this brother and sister. They're like other folks. And their songs. It's just so cute. It's so funny all the way through. It's so good. And like, and this is like just my first one, and the rest of them, and then like Judy didn't like her performance in it and all that, but just like for us watching, it's good all the way through. It's so much fun. Even if you don't care about football, you don't have to care about football. Looking at comments. Stan says they like Barry Lyndon. I've heard about that. I've never seen it. Erica says my man Godfrey is hysterical. Yeah, much more style in class back in the day. Yeah, that's true. People sort of put in more effort. Citizen Kane and Cool Hand Luke are classics. I've got to see those. I'm pretty sure Cool Hand Luke is a Jerry Goldsmith film. I don't know. I don't think they made a movie that they're going to release in 100 years. I think they made that up. They're just saying that to sound cool. Oh, we made something, but you can't see it. That's very high school. Erica says to Stan, yeah, Rosebud. I like Orson Welles a lot. You won't have more fun, even if you don't watch. Like I've seen some of his films. Check him out in Jane Eyre from 1944. Watch him just on regular interviews, say on the Dick Cavett show in the 70s, and you know, just bigger back then. And it's talking about, you know, like he's been around the world and met so many people that he just likes talking to regular ass folks. He doesn't care about meeting other celebrities and Nobel Prize winning, you know, such and such. Like, he just wants to talk to the dude like with the broom. Let me talk to this guy, see what his story is. And at one point, he was saying when he was 15, he had to lie to people to say he was 25 because nobody believed him. And, you know, started, you know, smoking a cigar, trying to make himself look older, and, you know, doing all this other stuff just to make himself look older, and getting sort of like in line with those questions. This was on Dick Cavett, and it sort of subtly got brought up the age at which Orson Welles lost his virginity. And right away he starts, you know, chuckling. He's like, do you really want me to say that? And, you know, and Dick Cavett's laughing, the audience is laughing. He doesn't say it. He doesn't say it. I don't think we can assume, but just the way he just starts giggling and laughing at it. Nobody speaks better than Orson Welles. I don't know. It's not even an accent thing. You could do this with any accent. I wish I could study it to learn it, but this man just knows when to speak quickly, when to speak slowly, when to be loud, when to be soft, when to just like how to make every single sentence, how to get the most out of every single sentence effortlessly. It just the way he can just he could read the newspaper. He could read the weather, like the news weather part of the news, and make that sound like Shakespeare. You'd just be so drawn in, like, what's going to happen on Friday? I don't know what that. And he's a, you know, he's an Earth sign. He's a Taurus, so I should be able to tap into that. Yeah, I did send an email to Pilled. Frank mentioned I could do that. And again, I have had to email Pilled back and forth just to get my handle changed last year. But I sent him an email sort of along the lines of that I want to watch Quite Frankly on their channel, but I can't turn off all of the animations. Like, you can turn off like the GIFs and stuff, but if somebody has an animated avatar, even if you block them, their name still comes up, so you still see their avatar, so that does nothing. So I wasn't quite this wordy with it, but I was just asking if there was going to be a way in the future to disable all animations, and I thank them for their time, because I know for a fact they're not going to change that in my lifetime. Sorry, just touching my phone. Like, that's not going to be changed in my lifetime. But if I can say something about it now, and possibly in the future people can go to Pilled and not have to suffer with it the way I do, then I'll be happy. I don't need any recognition. I don't need to, we changed this because Nikki M. Karlen sent us an email one day. I don't need any of that. It's not about that. It's about people not having to have to deal with the eye strain that I do. It did let me turn off the reactions, so you don't have that shit going on the side. Found out where that was. So I haven't heard anything back from Pilled. I guess I didn't necessarily ask for an answer back, but I put it out there, so it's out there. Who knows? Maybe they will. I hope they do. I hope they have somebody in their life with epilepsy that they care about. Who knows? I don't know. I'm sure they're good people and all that other nice stuff you're supposed to say. I did want to say this, if I can go to the meetup, I've got the food situation sorted out, since I already have, not sponsored, but Mountain House. Those, it's like freeze-dried food, and it's good until 2051. You just hot water and drain it. You've seen Steve 1989 Steve 1989 MRE info. It's like that. I can do that for food for 4 days if I don't have to spend my money on a laptop. We'll see. We'll see. Before this show, it was sorted out. I'm sticking with that. So the food situation might be okay. Oh, and I did kind of mess up last week because I'm not subscribed to Matt Christensen. I only go there when Frank's on, so I don't know what his life and schedule are like other than that half hour we're there once a month. But I said there was going to be a show last Wednesday. There wasn't because I go to his channel and right away there's a video saying that he's off until September. Didn't have to watch the video because the title told me all I needed to know. So we didn't go there that last Wednesday. I assume maybe in September, but I don't, who the hell knows? It didn't say when in September in the thumbnail. But based on his, just from that half hour we show up for, I want to say had a child on the way, so I'm, family stuff. He's might just be busy. Maybe he had a bad reaction to a new lipstick, so he had to take some time off, where we can't be sure. I could watch the video and find out, but I think I know enough. And I've noticed this, maybe you've noticed this with YouTubers. Some people don't, but some people do have to put their YouTube play button somewhere in the shot. I'm not knocking you for doing that. If you do get 100K subscribers or 1 million subscribers, that should be celebrated. But what you should also do is if you have 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers and you have 2 YouTube play buttons behind you, you should have your lighting figured out. You should not have a standing lamp with a smart light bulb just hanging out in the background for the light, and that's it. I don't know how that channel gets away with it. Of course, I'm not going to mention who they are. I don't even like them that much. I don't understand how you had time to get, and I checked, it's like 1 point something million subscribers, 2 play buttons on the background, and worse lighting than I have. Like, you can see them in the front just fine, but what's with the light bulb in the background? Like, there's not even a shade on it. There's, like, how much do lampshades cost? Like, not to knock you if you're broke or something. Like, I understand I'm basically in the same situation now, but some people do not watch their own content back. And this is like an edited video, so it's not like you didn't see that. I don't understand what's going on. Okay. I'll put that in a proper video. I did watch the Mayhem Ball. It was, I mentioned Gaga was at Coachella, and she did songs from her new album, Mayhem, and then she was going to do, like, 3 other concerts that are basically the same thing, and then later on in the summer, like now, she was going to do the proper Mayhem Ball. I didn't watch the other concert. Like, I saw that somebody put a video up, but I just kind of didn't care. I sort of assumed it was going to be just the Coachella set in a different country. I don't need to see the exact same thing twice like that. Not for this album. So I just sort of like let it go. I thought I'd get around to it later, but then people started uploading. I guess the Mayhem Ball started in July, mid-July, and folks are uploading that. So it's like, cool. But kind of didn't care. Again, the songs on that album. So I was like, good for her. I'm glad the concerts are going on. Hopefully she doesn't get hurt like during Born This Way and they don't have to be canceled or anything dumb like that. So folks are uploading it, and then I get recommended. It was just the one song, and it's How Bad Do You Want Me? Mayhem Ball, Lady Gaga. Maybe the first night, maybe it said front row, something like that. And I was thinking, cool, that's my favorite song ever right now. Love that song to death. So I click on it. And it's a typical concert video where it starts out and you're just hearing just cheering, and you just kind of get this shaky shot of the stage, and that's it. No real like proper, like there's lights so you can see the stage, but not like show lights going on. And that's all it was. Like no other music was playing. It's just the audience. But then I'm like, if I do end up watching the concert, that'll ruin it for me, because I don't know where in the concert the song is supposed to be, and I never want to know what the set list is going to be before I see the concert. I want it all to be a surprise. So I'm like, this is just going to ruin the concert for me. I clicked off of it before I heard a single word was said. That's just where it was. And then folks start uploading the first night of the Mayhem Ball in Las Vegas, and there's a lot of those up there right now, and those are going to be of varying quality. Sometimes it's just somebody like maybe they got to sit way far back, so you're going to see everything, but everybody's going to be teeny tiny. Like even the screens are going to be teeny tiny, so it's good seats in real life, but to watch a concert that way on a phone, it's not going to be fun. So I'd found a version that was multicam. And it must have been maybe, I don't know, like 15 different folks. Like one guy's dead center, somebody's way far back, somebody's way on the side, another person's here. So like they got this, it's a whole coordinated thing. Whoever got these people together and then edited it all together, they did a great job. It was like, you're not getting like a whole bunch of shaky cam. You're not getting like somebody's filming and the guy right next to you has to sing every single song off key for 2 hours. None of that. It was a very pleasant, smooth experience all the way through. So that's how I got to see it. It was 2 hours. I don't recall how many. It's not a big tour like the Monster Ball or Art Pop, which I did go see, the art rave. But yeah, there's sort of a lot to get into. I don't want to cover that right here. Just making sure my phone isn't too hot. I don't know what it's gonna do. But I did watch that. It's not a concert I would have gone to. It's, like I said before, I'm not going to pay to sit through songs that I hate. I've listened to the album before. We've sat through the Coachella set. So, and then I watched the concert earlier this week. So I've already had to sit through songs that I don't care for at all at least 3 times. Back to back, like song you don't like, song you don't like, song you don't like. That's painful. That hurts. So it keeps happening. So I wouldn't have paid to go for it. I would say, having seen it now, I would go see it. But the thing with concerts is, if you don't know, the set list can change. They might do, say, the first half of the tour with a certain set list, and then they decide they want to change it up halfway through for whatever the reasons are. So it's like, hey, they didn't play this song, but they played that song instead. What about, I saw a video with this song, but they didn't. So, I don't want to show up thinking I'm getting one set of songs and then get other ones that I'm not going to look it up beforehand and ruin it for myself. So there's sort of no point. Oh, it's actually kind of shocking, that concert, both in a good and a bad way. Okay. I'm so glad. I was going to start getting into Dark Shadows today, and I'm so glad I didn't, because this would have been a wreck. Oh, no, I do have to bring this up. This was from Wednesday. This is not Quite Frankly related at all. This was something's been going on with Grace Still Plays' channel, where the videos, rather than being uploaded at 4 p.m. like usual, they're going up at 7 sometimes. Like Frank goes live, and then Grace Still Plays uploads. Like, WTF, what is actually going on? Why are these being scheduled so late? Why are so many of these videos have 80s music in them? What is going on? at Camp Gray. Those are two bad things. And then Wednesday happened. And I don't think I saw this video. I can't check the time because I'm using my phone to record this right now, but or to go live from, but that might have been one of the days he goes live at like 7 or uploads his video at something like 7:38 p.m. Like Frank's already been live for a hot minute, and like Gray Still Plays is supposed to upload and get all that stuff done and all of his tweets and everything, and then it's time for Frank and this time mixing thing and this 80s music, and then the Wednesday video. I thought it was going to be good because it started out and there was no 80s music. I was thinking, thank you, things have been tough, I don't need this anymore. But then they dead center in the shot. You screw up, you die, whatever, you get killed. Like there's like the wasted screen that's already a known thing from Grand Theft Auto. But then Gray does something and just does it wrong, which happens. And the editor has to put in the word failure in big blocky letters up on the screen, telling us what we already know. And then it happens again, and we get another failure up on the screen. We already know. We just saw it. We were just here for it. And then it kept doing it again. And I said no. And I had to go to the comment section. And I said, don't cheapen Gray Still Plays his work, well, Gray's work, by making his videos look like a TikTok. It's condescending. I was just watching a recent Swaley video. This dude's 18. He just graduated high school. He's about to be 19. He said his birthday's in September. And he had a teacher when he was a junior, and she was an older lady, but she always spoke to them like they were in kindergarten. And he's like we were like 16, 17 years old, and she's speaking to us like we're children. That's what it is. Don't speak to YouTubers like we're TikTokers. YouTubers are better than TikTokers, full stop, whether you are a creator or just a viewer. Don't treat us like we're TikTok watchers. We're not just victims of grooming, cutting off our body parts. We're on YouTube, but you don't act the same way everywhere. You act a certain way on Reddit, you act a certain way on YouTube, you act a certain way on Tumblr, certain way on Twitter, and TikTok, you just groom children. I don't have a TikTok. It's disgusting. It's not Gray's fault. Gray's not the editor anymore. His editor is the editor, and his editor sucks. Who's doing it? Is it Zach? Is it Pete? Petey. Not Pete, the driver guy, but Petey, different guy. Who's doing this? It's not okay. So that's depressing. So I don't even have that to look forward to. But this was weird as hell. This was before that. That was on Wednesday. I just, somebody should apologize for that video looking that way, and I even tweeted something about it. It's not my fault. I'm not an editor. I don't work for Gray Still Plays in any kind of way, but somebody needs to apologize for a Gray Still Plays video looking like a TikTok. I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry for all of us. But before that, what's weird as hell, Tuesday, August 5th, Tuesday, Gray Still Plays uploaded. Gray Still Plays has not uploaded on a Tuesday since he did it once back in January, but he hasn't done it in 2025. That's weird. That's different. That kind of threw me off a bit. And then the Wednesday thing. Even the membership videos are going up late. The membership video did not even go up until 8:02. And you don't get a notification for that. You just have to know their schedule. It's not like it doesn't come up in the notifications or anything like that. Is the chat room still working, or is just nobody talking? I can't tell if any of this stuff is frozen. And I can't check to see. I can't check my own channel to see if I'm live, because I'm on my only device right now. Please don't be dead. everything dies and leaves me behind. Frank is doing something right now since he's giving away tickets for the Jamboree. If you email him, frank@quitefrankly.tv, with how you found Quite Frankly and what it means to you, 200 words or less, by the 13th. It's not the 13th yet. I can't check the date. It's the 9th, right? Today's the 9th. So it's not the 13th yet, so you can still email Quite Frankly if you can make it to the event. Oh, and I forget which one. I forget if it's the 5th or the 6th. It's one of them. So if you can make it there, send the email to see if you can just score a free ticket, because he sold out really quick, and then he added some more, and I think he just wants to make sure all of them get sold. Somebody mentioned this because when Jason Burmis was on, did we miss his birthday, by the way? Because he said he's a Leo, and I don't know if like exactly when, but I digress. Somebody said that he helped produce Loose Change. In 2005, it was a 9/11 documentary. Is that true? Like, I know I haven't seen it, but I think I've heard of it. Is that how Frank found Jason Burmis? I don't know. It would be. I mean, cool. I don't know how Frank meets any of his guests or anything like that. I don't know if he's just like has followed people and then like sends them a DM sometime or like tweets at them and then they start talking. I don't know if it's say like his crew calling people up to just be guests and like they're guests on the show and then they never talk to Frank outside of being a guest. I don't know what it's like. So I wonder how. I would say how they found each other, but it sounds like they're dating. I don't think they're quite that serious. Jason Burmis is the one that we figure plays Nintendo 64 and drinks Mountain Dew. Somebody said Mountain Dew Code Red. It's the red kind. Make sure this is. I guess that's not so bad. Sorry it's wiggling. Okay, what time is that? That's 7:55 right now. That's not so bad for doing a phone show. How am I gonna go to Quite Frankly at 9? I might end this at something like, crap, I don't know what to do. Okay, that's not plugged in. Wait a minute, let me plug this in. Maybe it needs to be on the power. Just pray for my laptop. Otherwise, let's see. Well, I have to end up going out early on Monday to buy a computer. Or a laptop. I say computer, laptop, just so I need to have everything in place for Monday. People that Quite Frankly can't know anything's wrong. So, and I get up early anyway, so that's really not a problem. And I'm sure I can get a computer or laptop set up in time for the show. Okay, nothing. It's plugged in. It's not charged up all the way, but it's not turning on. Okay. I've never had it do that before. Thank you for dying on a week. I don't know. Maybe it's not dead yet. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. But it does need thoughts and prayers. That is not cool. Why couldn't you have lasted like 2 more months so I could have gotten a new device for the new year? Yeah, did anything happen at the show that you guys wanted to talk about? I think I'll save all this. I've done it before. I'll just end up covering 2 weeks during one show. That will be fine. Anybody play Minecraft? Oh, I know what I was going to say about Batchy, since he did go live from his channel just the one time. He usually went live. He went live from Twitch playing Grand Theft Auto. And I was watching him there, one to help learn Scottish, two to just be there, because it was a time when, again, it was 2020, and every cusp, Frank would get a 1-week suspension off of YouTube for just some, whatever dumbass, auto reason. He would just be off for a week, once a month. So we just got into the habit of going elsewhere. We could go to Rumble before they had animated emojis that you cannot turn off. But I knew we were going to have to get used to Twitch at some point, so I was there not a year before we needed it, but let's say like 6 months before we had to start using it. So I was used to it. I knew how to, because you can customize your handle there to make it any capitalization you want, any color you want. So I knew how to do all of that, had all of that in place, and was comfortable with it. And then one of the people in his chat room was gifting subscriptions, and I got one of the gifted subs, and it was July 1st. So I'm thinking, oh my God, this is so cool. But the fact it was July 1st and the sun was in a water sign, I knew Batchy was not going to go live again for the rest of the month. And that was July 1st, 2020. And he never went live from his Twitch again. He did announce he got his 100K. Pardon me. And then he, said it wasn't really his, like lifelong passion to be a YouTuber. What he was into was like video game design, graphic design. And he showed a clip of it. It was, I don't know, 30 seconds long, just this video game character guy. And just, it looked nice. It looked good. It didn't like stutter or skip. I don't know what goes into designing that stuff. So he was good at it. But that's what he wanted to do, so he was just going to be doing that sort of full time and was not going to have any time to do YouTube. But he kept his channel up, of course, which is good. So that's just where that sits. It just is what it is. Then his buddy had a buddy, Cruza, and he would go live a little bit too, gaming. I don't know if he still does stuff. I would kind of like want to get into that again. He was one of the, it was a little bit like crazier. He had like the ginger beard, a little bit harder to understand, sort of like Matt McCat back in the day. Back when, because Matt McCat used to be sort of a regular on Quite Frankly, was on almost every show, sort of as the, second guy. But he would end up saying things that just sort of skirted the line where it wouldn't get the video taken down, but maybe like just the YouTube censorship stuff might have like, hey, maybe you shouldn't be saying those things. So Frank would be like, oh, maybe you don't want to quite say it like that. And so I don't know why he stopped being a regular. This was before Rob was a regular, and then now folks barely know who that is because it's been so long. That's how that was. So I can't check my phone. Okay. So if today's the 9th, Sunday's the 10th. I'm not going to go out and buy a new device when Mercury is still retrograde. And plus tomorrow's my day off. So there's no way. I don't need the extra stress of having to run around when I need to be inside. So I'm not going to be running out to buy a new device tomorrow. I'll have to just get up early and go Monday to some place here in town because it has to be there by Monday night, so I can't wait. So that'll be the 11th. 12, 13. 14th is James Horner's birthday. 15th is Friday. Friday the 15th of August. If Frank continues to take his every other Friday off, that would mean I'm live next Friday the 15th, and then, of course, Saturday the 16th. So, of course, it's not on Quite Frankly TV, and, of course, I can't check right now. But as of right now, as of before, 5 minutes before the show went live, when it should have gone live. Yeah, that's how if Frank keeps us every other Friday thing going on. I'll be live 2 days next week. I'll be doing balcony chat, possibly from a new laptop. Maybe I won't have the technical difficulties I've been having for the last 3 balcony chats. That would be nice. Okay. And then I really do need to start getting into Dark Shadows before the end of the year. I've got the link to that in the description for all of my live shows, for the description for this channel. You can watch that right now on Tubi for free. It has it all, but it breaks it up into 2 parts. It's got the first 209 episodes in Dark Shadows, the beginning. And then just Dark Shadows, no additional subtitle. That's episode 210 through episode 1245. That's the other 4 years. And the reason it's broken up is there was a big cast change after about a year that show was on. So that's why it's broken up. If you've never seen the beginning, you'll still enjoy the rest. You don't really have to watch the first 209 episodes. They kind of don't come up too much. It seems like when other people want to talk about Dark Shadows, it's Dark Shadows proper. It's stuff that happened after they brought Jonathan Frid on. It seems like that's, 9 times out of 10, you're going to see people talking about that. Rarely do I see stuff brought up from the beginning. It's just that rare. It's okay to know. It doesn't make the rest of it. Again, it will just take lines in Dark Shadows. If you've watched the beginning, those lines become jokes. If not, they're just lines. You still enjoy the show just fine. It's sort of like when you watch a kids programming and there's those jokes in there for adults. Like, oh my God, I can't believe they said that. They're not raunchy, though. This is a TV show from 1966. I don't think they were allowed to be. It does kind of get a situational, but they couldn't really talk about those situations back then. So it just heavily implied that something happened, but we don't talk about that because it's the 60s. So it's sort of like that. I don't know if this was still the time when you couldn't show a couple in bed together. I don't know if it's like that. They don't quite show that on that show anyway, but I don't know if it was still that time. So that's just what the era was. But yeah, I do have to get into that. I'm on disc 7 now, so episode 54 in the rewrites. But before I got up to disc 66, and then I realized the error I was making. But yeah, I'll be diving into that. So if you haven't seen the beginning, you can just get my perspective on it. And then when I get into Dark Shadows proper, you can be like, oh, I already know this part. Okay, this is when and the guy comes in and that hurt. Oh, okay, and then she's okay, yeah. So yeah, make sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. That does help out the channel. What did that do? Nothing. Okay. And I'm sorry about the shot. The this will be corrected in time for next week. And I'm not looking forward to, just checking this battery here. I'm not looking forward to the additional drama, but I'm just thinking of all of the tap dancing I'm gonna have to do to gloss over how bad it is. But I won't have to do that for about 6 days. There we go. Making it easier on myself. I don't want this thing to be too hot since I might have to go watch the show from my phone. So I think I'm going to be ending this up soon just to save my only device and freak out a little bit and smoke out on the balcony and then act normal for 2 hours. And then I don't have to act anymore. I can just fall apart. So yeah, don't need the stress. Don't appreciate it. Not cool. Bad vibes. Not a fan. 0 out of 10. With rice. No banana for scale. Yeah. Lame. F and G. All of that other stuff. But yeah, I'm glad you guys showed up. I'm glad you guys caught this. I don't know exactly how YouTube goes about just letting folks know about a live show. I kind of do. I just don't know how it all pops up. I'm sure that like you get a notification that a show's live. I am sorry if it is just like the little narrow claustrophobic like strip in the middle. That's, I guess I could have done it the other mode. Realizing that now. Will it let me? Will it do that? I don't want to mess with the orientation. That might mess with people's screens. Sorry. It's the first time I've done one of these live on my phone. Hopefully I won't have to do one of these like this again. It's been an hour and a half. That's not so bad. Thanks for the likes and the views. If you are subscribed, great. Thanks to my 254 subscribers. And it's something like a 13... It's like 13,600 some views, almost like 13.7. So I'm getting up there with views. So thank you for that. Thanks for sticking with me through the technical difficulties. This is not quite like a regular live show. Should be the only one like it. So yeah, smash that like button and I'll know to not do these anymore. The more you like something, the less I'll do it. No. Yeah, I just couldn't sit here doing nothing for 2 hours and not putting on a show at all. That would have felt worse than... The show must go on, so I had to do something. I couldn't just sit here like in my own chat room for my live show that wasn't going to go live and complain for 2 hours, because you need something on the screen to keep you going, so that would not have worked. So yeah, thankfully there is this option, and YouTube does let people go live from their phone, so that helped out. Keep my equipment in your thoughts. I hate this year. That's no secret. One of the worst years ever. But you guys are the best. Thank you for giving me a platform so I can talk to you guys. Yeah, there's the ceiling. There is one, so you can get the scale of the room. And yeah. I wonder if I'll let you rename these. I'll let you put in a description. I'll mess around with it later. This is all new. It's just so weird. Oh, whoops, that's where the camera is. Yeah. Okay, love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. If you guys are talking, the chat room must have frozen up on me, and it doesn't show me time, so I don't know the last time anybody spoke. But you guys are the best. Thanks for being Franklies. Thanks for being subscribed to this channel. And I will see you guys next time.